If you don't have New Zealand work experience, probably you're gonna be rejected many times until you get the first job. Today, I'm gonna share with you 4 things that you can work on in order to address not having New Zealand work experience. Hope you enjoy it. When companies want to consider candidates that already have New Zealand work experience, from their point of view, it means that you have good communication skills, it means that you have the technical skills that are required for the job, it means that you do the work with the best practices, and most importantly, it means that you're gonna be a good culture fit. So let's go into each of these topics. Communication skills. It means that you can speak in English fluently, but also means that you understand which is the best way to communicate for each situation. It's a meeting, it's a phone call, it's an email, and also what's the tone of the communication. That's why it's very important that when you're writing your CV or when you're doing a job interview, that you have already an understanding on how people communicate in New Zealand. In this way, you're going to be able to show the company that you have the communication skills that they're after. When we are talking about technical skills, it's not just a matter of naming those technical skills on your CV or resume or in the job interview, but it's being able to show them how to use those skills in the way that they're used here in New Zealand. You might know how to code in Java, but it means that you need to be able to show them how to do clean code in Java, or what are the best practices to use Java in the way that that company wants to use it. And that's why it's very important to talk to colleagues, to have this understanding before you write your CV and before you have a job interview. Best practices. It's not only about the technical skills, but it's how you're going to implement those skills as well. In this case, I might be talking a little bit more about, for example, Agile. You're a software developer, you're using Agile, so then it's important that you are using the jargon of Agile. Are you doing stand-up meetings? Do you do 2-week sprints in every release? Are you doing continuous integration, continuous delivering? Are you having a DevOps mindset in the organization? It's very important that you can communicate what are the best practices that you are using that match with the best practices that are used in New Zealand. For last but not least is culture fit. You really need to understand how things are done here in New Zealand. What are they expecting from their employees? What kind of interaction people have between employees? Being open, for example, to work with people from a lot of different cultures, because New Zealand has a lot of different cultures working all together in the same building. It is about being part of the company as kind of a family, that you're involved in the activities that they are doing as a company, and not just going to work from 9 to 5 and then not having a relationship with people around you. That's one of the most important things. Being a nice person, being kind, and not being someone that is full of themselves and are very arrogant. So that's something that is very important for you to understand how it is the culture in New Zealand, how it is working in a New Zealand company. So again, talk to people, understand how it is to work here, and then try to communicate that in order to show them that you have all those skills. You have the communication skills, you have the technical skills, you have the best practices, experience, and that you also are gonna be a culture fit. Once you are able to prove all these different things in a job interview, in a CV, in content that you can be posting on LinkedIn, you are going to address that thing of not having New Zealand work experience. Hope this was useful, and see you next week.